Mr. Fleischmann.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gentlemen, thank you for your testimony today. Very, very helpful to me. I'm relatively new to the Defense Appropriations Subcommittee. I've chaired Energy and Water, which of course has the NNSA portfolio, so very involved with our nuclear arsenal. But a little point of privilege, Admiral Kilby, I want to thank you. Our office asked for a defense fellow, and we finally got one. And it is Lieutenant Davids, who is behind me, doing a great job, an Annapolis grad, and done a great job, a Navy aviator, but he's been so helpful to me in a lot of the conversations we've been having. So it is vicarious to you in the Navy that I say thank you for that. Yes, sir. I'm going to ask a question about the Navy's demand for tactical nuclear weapons. As Chairman of Energy and Water, I have the NNSA facility in the Y-12 security complex in my district. I'm very interested in the health and effectiveness of our nuclear capabilities. Our boomers, sir, are the survivable leg of the triad, and they will continue to be a critical deterrent to nuclear-armed adversaries. I believe non-strategic nuclear weapons are a vital complement to our credible deterrent in the Pacific. I'm a strong proponent of the nuclear sea-launched cruise missile program, and I believe it's essential that we quickly provide Indo-PACOM with flexible capability to deter adversary escalation. The ability to deploy non-strategic nuclear warheads on a fast-track submarine and perhaps eventually surface ships greatly increases our credibility. Recognizing, sir, that we are limited on our launch tubes afloat, it is only necessary to have a small number of tactical nuclear weapons to significantly complicate our adversary's decision calculus. I think given this dangerous capability gap, the emphasis should be on speed. We do not need to reinvent the wheel when we're talking about a capability we recently had in service only 15 years ago. My question, sir, to both Secretary Finland and Admiral Kilby, can you share your vision for the SLACM program with this committee, and how is the Navy working to ensure this program does not stall in development purgatory for years when we need a capability as soon as possible? And I'll defer to your answers.
Thanks for your question, sir. I share your opinion. I've had a couple of sessions with Vice Admiral Johnny Wolf, who is the Strategic Programs Office lead who will produce this. He's on target for a new production by 2035. But to your point, he's looked at some alternatives, and we haven't totally briefed the Secretary on those yet, but he's looking at speed and an urgency to get something out sooner. So we need to come through that with our Secretary, but I think there's some possibilities there that we can work to.
Yes, sir. Mr. Secretary?
Look, I think that it's an important strategic deterrent and gives the President more flexibility and options to have both for tactical nuclear attacks or non-nuclear attacks. So it's something that I think is an important component to the force, and one that I look forward to learning more with the Admiral on, now that I learned I didn't know what's going on with it. But I will find out.
Yes, sir. Thank you. In my remaining waning time, I'd like to talk about the logistic challenges. I spend most of my time in Congress focused on energy. I'm Energy and Water Chair, all forms of energy. And in 2022, the Navy made a decision to defuel the Red Hill Bulk Fuel Storage Facility in Hawaii. This removed a strategic fuel reserve of over 250 million gallons of fuel for military operations in the Pacific. My question, for whoever would like to answer, please, is what is your assessment of the sustainability of our supply chains for both our aviation fuel and ship fuel in the context of a protracted conflict in the Pacific? What changes or investments does our Navy need to make to ensure we can adequately supply our ships and aircrafts in a protracted war?
Can I take a whack at this, sir? So we need to have a distributed system. I visited Red Hill. We're committed to doing the work we've agreed to do there, and we'll continue to complete it by 2028 and all the remediation that happens there. But we need to find other sites and distribute them around the Indo-Pacific to make it hard for China, right? We don't want to make it easy for them. So those can be mobile things. They can be like tankers and super tankers. They could be fuel bladders that I've talked about with my good partner, General Smith. But there are ways to sustain ourselves in a different manner that makes it hard for the adversary to confound us. So we're committed to that. There's alternate sites we need to look at for those fuel storages in the Pacific as well.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I thank the gentleman.